And everybody, welcome to From Your Mother's Basement, the show that celebrates being a geek. I'm Jason.
And I am Michael.
Was that a hero clicks you were putting by the screen?
More specifically, if we're Iron Man. Oh, wait a minute, let me get it in frame. Ta-da!
Ah, that's what it was. Okay. I'm just like, I saw a little blue flash. I'm like, oh, okay.
Well, see, the thing that I originally wanted to do to toss at you is in the other room, so I'll have to save it for next week.
Okay, we'll look forward to it then.
Come on, Catwoman, stand up.
Anyways, Michael, how have you been? What have you been up to?
Costuming.
Well, you finished the ears already, so...
I finished the ears, and due to unforeseen circumstances and frustrations, Nikki and I swapped positions as to who's doing what on the costume. By that, I mean, Nikki figured out that I can sew a straight line. And she can't. So
you were voluntold that you have a new position.
Pretty much. She took over the bow, which is fine, because she's doing actually a really good job on it. So I've been working on the costuming. Got the dress, I'd say 80% done. Okay. Started working on the hat, including the hole for the ears. So the costume will be done on time. Very cool. We should have pictures in the not too distant future, hopefully.
I'm looking forward to checking it out.
What else have I been doing? SWTOR. I just got on a huge ass SWTOR kick. I've been playing. I created a character from scratch on the free to play settings. Okay, though I did take advantage of the fact that I had a whole bunch of cartel coins saved up. I used them, but I just on a whim. I created a new character. And I've been running her like practically nonstop for 3 weeks now, and she's up to just under level 40. Oh
wow! And you've been busy.
Under level 40 in the free mode is a lot of work, because if you pay for a subscription, I'm sorry, if you're in free mode versus subscription mode, your experience is cut by like 40%. So it takes you longer to level.
Okay.
But Sith are so much fun to play.
This is true.
You need to come back. It's free to play.
But see, here's the thing, though. You want me to come back and play SWTOR, Star Wars, The Old Republic.
Because you can afford that, because it doesn't cost you any money.
But I can't afford right now, due to something finally coming in, and I took care of some bills. I can actually get Final Fantasy 14. So, SWTOR
yeah, but see, I haven't been in Final Fantasy 14 in 3 weeks, so...
Yeah, okay, fine. we'll figure something out.
Star Wars sucked my soul. That is my major geek button. So
okay, understood, completely understood. This week it was odd because just the other day I was, every few months I have to do a massive cleaning of all my stuff in the closets and whatnot, because I will become a massive hoarder of everything tech if I don't.
Me too. I've got a whole bunch of stuff I got to get rid of.
I was going through it.
Speaking of which, anybody want a Commodore 64? With a crap ton of games and a drive?
Still works.
Well, this all still works.
Don't tell me this. No.
No, Amiga 2000 you can have too.
See, I went through all my stuff and it was like, have a giant box of stuff to throw away and a giant box to give away.
With a video toaster.
You're not helping right now.
It's not my job to help. It's my job to tempt you.
But I went through all my stuff and I realized... You know what? Who else can say that they have enough spare parts lying about to build an HTPC, a home theater PC? So yesterday, my little project was to build a new HTPC. That is actually quite beefy. I was really surprised. Like it has an Intel quad core, the first gen quad core, 4 gigs of RAM, a GTX 550 Ti video card that can handle pretty much anything that's out there right now. This is all just lying about in my room.
I'm not much better. I mean, I've got, let's see. There's the one computer I gave you that you're using.
Yes.
There's miscellaneous bits in my storage. And I'm serious about getting rid of the C64 and all its games.
The thing is, I know we're both digital hoarders on that. But
let's put it this way. This is my original 17. Remember the one that used to have the Digital Panther sticker on the back of it?
Yeah.
I stripped the sticker because I need to get rid of it.
Okay.
Fully functional XP laptop, but I'm not using it, and it's.
And see, that's kind of my problem right now, because I have this fairly kick-ass home theater PC. What am I going to use it for? Oh, I can watch Crunchyroll. No, I use PS3 for Crunchyroll. Oh, I can use it for Fun. No, I use stuff for other things for Funimation. Netflix and YouTube, I can use it. No, I use Google Chromecast for that. I now have a computer hooked up to my TV, and I have no idea what the hell to do with it. First world problem. Play SWTOR. So don't be a lazy ass in front of your desk. Be a lazy ass on the couch. At least you can be comfy. You do have yeah, okay.
If you do buy Final Fantasy XIV, you need to buy the PS3 version. The reason is, if you have the PS3 version, you can play the PC version. If you have only the PC version, you have to pay separately to be able to play on the PS3.
I will verify that, and if that's the case, then so be it. So, well, that's enough for us to. We can talk about that off air. So, but enough about us talking about what we do, because what we do is frankly boring. At least what I do is boring. So, but let's jump into the news, shall we?
Go for it.
And the first bit of news is not really a surprise to anybody. That Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., even though it had a pretty decent first episode, but the numbers have been steadily declining since then. ABC has formally announced that a full season pickup for the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. series has been placed. So we'll at least get one season, if not two, out of this series.
It better not pull a Firefly. I will be so upset if it pulls a Firefly.
See, it has something going for it right now. I mean, good and bad. The bad part, it's a Joss Whedon show.
But that's also a good part.
It is, but that has a tendency, depending on which network you're on, Fox, that it actually might get removed very early before its prime. So, but given the fact that they are on ABC and, you know, it's ABC, Marvel, both owned by Disney. Disney can market like nobody's business. So
well, and they tie into the movies. I mean, they refer to the Battle of New York. They refer to, you know, the other heroes periodically. I mean, in episode 1, they're constantly referring to the Battle of New York, but
yeah, they are.
You know, they referred to Thor. They referred to, you know, the spoiled rich kid in the metal suit. You know, it's just a matter of time before they start mentioning other superheroes.
True, although I'm just waiting for it to get beyond the Sky Show. But we can talk about that at the end of this show if you want.
Yes and no. I mean,
let's table that to the end of the show, or else we'll just
sure about that.
Yes.
All right, but yes, I'm glad it's gotten a full season. It deserves it.
The only other bits that they made an announcement regarding this is that those little bits at the end that Marvel made famous at the end of the movie after all the credits, that's going to be a set piece in every single episode. So,
which is good, because so far, let's see, they added Nick Fury popped on with his horrible makeup. And there was that weird thing last week. I assume you saw last week's episode.
Yes, that was an origin story for a supervillain that we can get into soon.
I am looking to see what they do with that, because I didn't if he's an origin story for an existing superhero, then that's gonna be intriguing.
Yes,
because I want to know which one he is, because he's not Venom.
Yeah, very true.
He can't be Venom.
He won't be Venom. I can guarantee you that. But it seems like you now have like the CW doing like the Tomorrow People. Obviously ABC has S.H.I.E.L.D. Fox is doing the
Fox is doing a series I'm looking forward to.
Yeah,
though.
the Gotham series, Gotham PD.
Oh, okay, there's that one, but that wasn't the one I was referring to.
NBC has I forgot we talked about it, but they have something based on these comic series.
Yeah, NBC is getting Constantine.
Constantine, that's right. Well, CBS does not want to be left out, but instead of going for a comic franchise, they're going to revive a series, a franchise, I should say, that hasn't been on TV for a while, and the last outing had its ups and downs.
The last outing had decent writing in some points, but oh my god, did it fail.
Yes. A reporter for Sky News actually tweeted just recently that Bob Orsi just told me they had a meeting with CBS to revive Star Trek on TV. Yeah. So, a new Star Trek. yay, nay. I mean, I like to consider myself a Trekkie to an extent. I loved everything. I mean, Voyage is where I started tapering off a little bit. The movies, let's face it, it has that curse of, you know, the one up, one good, one bad.
Yeah, every other film is good, right?
Do we really want to go down this path again?
The problem isn't so much that you always make me the bad guy. The problem isn't so much that bringing Trek back. What has me concerned potentially is they're doing it. They're taking full advantage of the fact that Abrams rebooted the universe,
Right.
and he did. I mean, it says flat out in the first movie, boom, this is an alternate timeline.
Yes. He has a knack for doing that.
And they completely, pardon my language, fucked up Khan. And that's all I'll say right there.
Okay.
Cumberbatch broke that spoiler. So, okay, they fucked up Khan. And they want to set this new series, basically, they want to set it in that universe as for them beginning their 5-year journey. First off, who's going to replace Chris Pine? Who's going to replace all those? Because I guarantee you, they're not going to come on and do a full series.
This is not technically. Here's the thing: the idea behind it, it'll take place during that time frame of the Enterprise because it's 5-year mission. It doesn't technically have
started at the end of movie 2.
This is true, but does it technically have to deal with the Enterprise? That's what I'm saying. They're like almost every major franchise. There's a whole universe of options out there.
Yes, there is, but it says flat out in the article that they're talking about the crew and the start of their 5-year mission.
Yeah, true.
It does specify that.
Okay.
Now, if they want to do like what would the Farragut or which one was it that got eaten by the Planet Eater?
I don't remember.
I want to say the Constitution, but I'm not positive. Either way, I mean, if they want to go with a different crew during that time period, go for it. It could potentially be really cool. But if you go for, hey, let's bring the Enterprise back and let's do the NCC 1701, no X, no A, no bloody C, no bloody D. Yeah, I'm really wary of that. I'm really, really wary.
Watch CBS brings us back, and hey, look, it's a comedy about all the red shirts.
That I would watch.
It'd be like their variation of Rabbids.
So it's a new way to kill a red shirt.
1001 Ways to
Pretty much, yeah.
Number 537, instigating a fight with the Gorn.
Number 225, get eaten by a Horda. It's, the possibilities there are hilarious. Especially if you do them in claymation. Sorry. Get Skellington to do it. That'll work.
There you go. But yeah, I mean, they're even in the very, not even at pre-production. They're even talking about the possibility at this point. So
yeah. Star Trek Garbage Scow. I've actually heard of that. I have heard of that. There's fan fiction out there about a Garbage Scow in the Star Trek universe. It exists.
Oh, okay. Well, what shall we jump from this? I mean, we're talking about Star Trek here. I honestly believe that the only place we can go from here has to be the other Star franchise. I mean, wouldn't you agree?
Star Piece, yes.
Star Piece. Okay, no.
Sorry, George Takei moment.
I know. We have to talk about Star Wars, and because I'm not one of those people who has to take a side, I like both sides, so screw you. Yeah. I hate people who say it has to be one side or the other. Doesn't make any sense to me. But anyways, we've heard the news before since Disney bought, all that is Lucas.
Right.
That they decided to nix the ever popular Star Wars Clone Wars.
Which is sad because that was actually really good.
It was a really good series.
Yeah,
and
I was impressed with it.
They nixed it, and they're going to move the timeline forward a few years to just the very beginnings of the rebellion, and Disney wants to create their own CG series in the same style of Clone Wars, but they want it under completely their name. It's just a money grab. It sucks. So thus we have Star Wars Rebels, And we have a little bit of news about it. We actually have the image of the first new Star Wars character since the Disney takeover. Take a gander at the Inquisitor. This was premiered this past weekend at New York Comic Con. The Inquisitor's job is to track down the remaining Jedi Knights. He is under control of Darth Vader. However, do not think that the Inquisitor negates Order 66. That makes me wonder how that kind of...
Order 66 was to eliminate the Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't say shit about Sith.
Good point. But, okay, I mean, you look at the outfit, and it's definitely a one-off piece of Vader's suit.
No, not necessarily.
Really?
Well, okay. Speaking of SWTOR, and speaking of someone who plays SWTOR, he looks like... I mean, there's a class in-game called the Sith Inquisitor.
Okay.
So there is precedent, if you will, in the universe for an Inquisitor, a Force-using Inquisitor. I think it's got potential to be interesting, and I'm curious as to what race this guy is going to be. But did you catch the first comment on that article?
The whole bit about the rule of two, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, hey, what about the rule of two?
Well, explain to our viewers what the rule of two is.
The rule of two... God, I hate the prequels. Okay. It was either one. Yeah, it was one. In Star Wars, in episode one, at the very end, they take out, after they've taken out Darth Maul, you know, Yoda makes a comment about always there are two, a master and apprentice. As opposed, which I'm assuming is the rule of two they referred to in that comment, or the bringing balance of the Force. For every dark Jedi or every Sith, you have to have a Jedi type thing. It's sort of the balance,
Right.
Because going back in episode one, God, I'm geeking out hardcore.
You're on the right show for that.
One, yeah, I know. Effectively, he was the one who brought balance to the Force, just not the way they wanted him to. Now, that being said, Force users are still going to be born, every master and apprentice, but you've also got the canon that's set with the video games of Dark Forces 1 and 2. Is this
Disney
Vader's
screwing
apprentice?
up the rule of two, or is this Disney?
Well, it kind of is screwing up the rule of two, because technically, although he's a Darth, so that's a rank, an achievement, so he's now technically not an apprentice anymore,
Right.
although he gets referred to as one. But, you know, Vader under the Emperor, okay, so that's 2. And then you eventually, 18 years down the road, have Obi-Wan and the world's fastest learner in the universe, Fluke Starbucker. And in the meantime, there's all the time where they're hunting down the Jedi. I mean, that's the thing, is they've got to play out the hunting down the Jedi, and like it or not, without violating canon or serious retcon, the Jedi lose that fight.
Yeah, I mean, it's all going to end with, well, at least in terms of the movie versions, that Luke Skywalker. How are they going to place that into this? Are they going to have hints of him going up?
Balance
or
of the Force. I want them. I know they said they're not going to do it, and I'm really hoping they change their mind. But I want them to go down the route of the twins.
That could be cool. That could be really cool.
I want to see Jaina and her brother.
Though, given the some of the most recent casting rumors for Star Wars Episode 7, it looks more and more likely they may be going down that path.
Down the twins path?
Down the twins path. I mean,
please.
A few of the actors and actresses they've been rumored to be bringing in for auditions are like 16, 17, around that age.
Nice.
So we could see that possibly going to happen, but I don't know. Here's my question though regarding. I want to hear your thoughts about Star Wars Rebels. Do you believe that now under the flag of the mouse, is this going to be just as good as Clone Wars, or do you think it's going to suffer from it? because I'm on the fence
It,
on this.
it depends on who they get to write it. I mean, it's all going to come down to the writing and how Disneyfied they're going to let it make. I mean, like it or not, this is a fairly dark universe.
Yes, it is.
You know, I mean, it's gritty. It's well, anything past episode 3 anyway. It's gritty. It's, you know, old tech. It's not a happy place.
No.
Disney doesn't do not a happy place very well.
No, the darkest they ever get is like the Pirates of the Caribbean movie.
Black Hole.
Yeah. Oh,
Black Hole had some pretty dark stuff in it.
Yeah, that was back in the good old days,
Actually
though.
killed somebody in Black Hole. Flat out.
Which I'm quite sure is not going to happen in the upcoming remake, but you know. Which is sad.
Really? Because that was Maximilian's one of his best scenes. Anyway,
it's Disney. Anyways, we're jumping.
Yeah, well, we're jumping tracks here. I think if they get a good writer and they leave well enough alone, they get someone who's actually a genuine fan of the series and the genre, it's got potential. But who are they going to pull in?
Samuel L. Jackson. No.
Well, he's in hiding somewhere.
True.
You never actually see him die.
Very true. They could always go down that path, and we all know that Sam Jackson loves to be part of Star Wars. I mean,
oh yeah, and he fought to have his purple pimp saber.
Yes, he did, with BMF initials on the hilt.
Does it actually say BMF?
It actually
on it?
says BMF on the hilt.
Nice. I didn't know about that. I just knew that he pushed to have the purple saber.
It's purple saber and BMF on the bottom of the hilt.
Nice.
All right. Well, let's jump from one fantasy universe to another fantasy universe, because that's what we've been doing this episode so far.
Hey, welcome to the fantasy episode.
Yes.
Oh, and we've had our obligatory Disney. So
yes.
There you go.
Check. There we go.
Twice.
Yes. But let's go over to BBC. And recently in the news, it was rumored that the BBC found a number of its Doctor Who archives found in Nigeria, of all places. I mean, we're talking
through
like
fans of all things.
Through fans. Now, granted, BBC should have saw this coming decades ago when they had their initial policy of deleting their archives of early 60s episodes.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people that had that.
Yeah. So they found 106 of them. There are now 9 more episodes that the BBC's restoration team has cleaned up, polished up, brought back to a nice sheen. These are, I mean, some really old school, probably really enjoyable to watch.
Doctor?
It looks like, I want to say 2.
Is it color or black and white?
It's black and white.
Gray hair or black hair?
Black hair.
It's number 2.
It's number 2, yeah. But yeah, these 9 new episodes BBC has announced. They restored them to, to full spec, and they're releasing them officially and exclusively on iTunes for the of $9.99 a pop. That's kind of a big pill to swallow if you
need to air that crap first.
Yeah.
You want to make your money, air it.
Mm-hmm. Now, granted, this stuff will be available on DVD later on, but if you want it right now, you have to pay $10 an episode on iTunes. And without seeing them beforehand...
Well, that pays for the restoration cost, technically.
Yeah, true. Even taking out Apple's 30%. I mean, that's still a decent chunk of change.
I mean, if 1,000 people buy it, and you know more than 1,000 will, if 1,000 people buy it, that's $10,000. I don't know what it costs to restore an episode, but...
Who knows? We have no idea what condition they were found in, so...
Yeah, exactly.
That's just funny that they were found in all places in Nigeria, but fans are all over the place.
You know, some people just collect just the right stuff. It's amazing what gets found.
And for those of you who are like, trying to get, I need my Doctor Who fix before November 23rd, this may tide you over into that. So,
when does it go live on what is it?
It's a simulcast. I'm not sure what time of day. But if it's any indication about the same time frame as when they made the announcement of who the new Doctor is, it's going to be around 1 p.m. 1 p.m. Pacific, so... They'll make an official announcement as it gets closer. But yes, November 23rd is where we get the 50th anniversary special / you gotta call it a movie by now.
Yeah, and they've got to have snuck in doctors that nobody's told about.
This is
You know,
true.
it's Moffat. He's going to have stuff in there that you aren't expecting, and they haven't leaked.
What's funny is that a few weeks ago, there was actually a couple of the earlier doctors were found, jokingly or
Hanging
not,
out
but,
at
but
BBC?
they were picketing BBC, like, let us in, let all the doctors be heard and whatnot. And
That's awesome.
people are just like wondering if this is real, like they're pissed, like they're not part of this, or is
Or
this like
PR stuff.
secretly recorded for some special behind the scenes mockumentary that Stephen Moffat is known to add at times.
That's true. You never know with Moffat. It could go either way.
But it was cool to see like Peter Davison out there, like, huh?
Well, Davison's already been back.
Mm-hmm.
He was back during Tennant's reign.
This is true, yes. All right, so yeah, there's new Doctor Who episodes. Well, new/old, but you haven't seen them yet, so you should watch them now. Go spend money on it.
Doctor Who episodes next to the Ark of the Covenant. The archaeologist was named Dr. Jones. Nice.
Well played, HBO.
Well played, HBO. Well played.
All right, moving on to some video game/comic news.
Yeah, and hopefully animated TV show news.
Yes, it'd be nice. As most of you may know, Mark Hamill has resigned.
Formally, officially, it's done.
Yes,
He's
he's
not
no longer
like the Who's concert
voicing the
tours.
Joker.
He's done.
Yeah, which is sad because he does an amazing Joker. I mean, he's the iconic. He's
As
the
far as I'm
Joker.
concerned, he is the Joker.
Yes. So when it was the announcement that came about for Batman Arkham Origins, the video game, people are wondering, well,
Who's going to play Joker?
Yeah, and it came out semi recently. Troy Baker, who has been in practically almost every video game for the past like 5-6 years.
Yeah.
His latest huge role was actually one of the main characters in The Last of Us for PS3. So you guys can, if you guys have played that game, you know the breadth of his acting chops. He is an impressive actor. Well, he is going to be voicing the new Joker in this game, and at New York Comic Con this past weekend, he gave a little idea of
Sample of his character?
of his take on the Joker. Now, for this bit, he decided to grab a paragraph or two from The Killing Game.
Killing Joke.
The Killing Joke. I was thinking of something else. My bad. And honestly, I think it's actually pretty good. But enough about me blabbering about it. Let's check it out.
Let's let the people hear it.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, no. If he maintains that capability throughout, he's a good successor to Hamill, and it's a good evolution.
Oh yeah, like he has the laugh down, but
totally. And the lilt works well. But
Yes.
he's not.
It's not
He's not.
an exact copy.
He sounds a lot like Hamill's Joker, but he's not exactly. I view his reading of the Joker the way I view Carl Urban playing McCoy.
I'll give it that. Yeah.
Carl Urban playing McCoy in the new Star Trek movies, no doubt, it's McCoy.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not Carl Urban doing DeForest Kelly doing McCoy.
No, it is just McCoy.
And this is not Troy Baker doing Mark Hamill doing the Joker.
No, this is
him getting the feel of the character, throwing his own little spin on it.
Yeah.
Wow, that was impressive.
It's like a little more venom is in every little bit.
It's a bit darker, to be sure.
But yeah.
I'm looking forward to hearing this one swear.
Now, the video itself is like 5-6 minutes long. He does save a couple other bits in here while yelling at the crowd, "Shut up!" In Joker's voice.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them were keep on saying, say more. And his response a few times was basically, you can hear more of this. You can hear a lot more of this when Batman Arkham Origins is available on October 25th. It's in about 12 days from now. It's available on PS3, Xbox 360, Wii U, and PC.
PC.
Yes. Yay. But that was just a little bit of... It was
I
so
sense
cool.
a Random Acts of Gaming streamathon coming up.
Yes. So, yeah.
Speaking of which, you bastard.
What'd I do?
Anyway, we'll get to that in a minute.
Okay. Jumping on to some anime news real quick. I was considering saving this for anime break, but this news just broke yesterday, so why wait? And most
Why
of you,
wait?
yes, exactly. I remember seeing some of you, and a lot of us have talked online about the first two Monica movies that were released last year as a double feature. It was a fun time. So we all been wondering and waiting, when is the third movie coming out? Especially, when is it going to be shown in theaters in the United States? Well, Aniplex USA, during their panel at New York Comic Con, made the announcement that its US premiere will take place in the first week of December.
Nice.
Tickets will start going on sale very soon. If you're in the, excuse me, the Los Angeles area, it is back at the Downtown Independent. It's actually going to be there for a pretty long while, from December 6th through December 19th.
Wow,
It's taking
that is
over.
a long run.
Yeah, it's taking over most of the month. I'm looking at Phoenix, Arizona, San Francisco, Littleton, Colorado, Washington, D.C., Honolulu, Hawaii, of course, Florida, Illinois, North Carolina, New York, Vegas. It's everywhere this time.
Now, having not seen the movies or the series, um, did they follow the usual rationale of movie one recaps the series, movie two takes it somewhere original, movie three continues that, or did they just break the series into three segments?
No, they went.
Because it's kind of hard to do beyond the storyline with what happens to Madoka at the end of the series.
Yes. Movie 1 and 2 were a recap of the series, and I think they actually recapped it better than what the TV series did.
Okay.
So if you want to catch up on them, go down the movie path. Don't go down the 11 episode TV path.
Mm-hmm.
This third episode, or third movie, I should state, is a brand new continuation, and I can't give any more information than that if you haven't,
Without spoiling the hell
hell out of the first two. Yeah. So, if you want to sit down one day and we'll watch the first two movies, I'm down for doing so.
I probably should, so I can. I mean, I know what happens in it, and know people who worked on it. But
Wait, I must correct myself. It's not 11 episodes. It is 12 episodes. Thank you, people in the chat room.
okay.
So, yes. But yes, in December, check your local listings. You will probably be able to find Monica playing in a theater near you. And if you guys are going to be in the LA area, I'm hoping to be there for the first showing on the 6th. And maybe we'll get if we can get enough people saying they're going, we'll do a little meetup afterwards.
That'd be pretty cool.
That should be fun. But
Koraku!
That's true.
It's in the neighborhood.
Should we jump to video games and then wrap this up, or? Yeah.
You want to jump to 24?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's talk
Go
about
24, 26, jump 28, and then wrap it.
Okay, well, let's do Microsoft.
Yeah, Microshaft.
Yes. Funny way how you mentioned that, because Microsoft is going to give a certain set of gamers the Shaft and
With their X-Bone.
and yes, the Xbox One. This was kind of surprising when someone sent me this news. So, one of the titles that Microsoft is marketing massively for the upcoming release of their new console is Killer Instinct, basically a reboot based on the classic 90s game franchise. It's going to be exclusive on Xbox One, which kind of makes me sad because I would probably not get an Xbox One initially, but I'll have to wait for that.
Mm-hmm.
There is going to be a limited edition available, which is okay, that's par for the course. We kind of expect that. This limited edition is $60. Okay, that's the price of normal games, so why is this limited edition? Because if you buy it online, I think it's like $50, I think, online, you get the full game. The limited edition comes with a set of pins that you can collect and whatnot. Okay, that's kind of cool. Here's where they shaft people, though, especially those who like to still have a physical copy of their games. The limited physical edition the box will include the pins and a code to download the game. There's no disc whatsoever. So, I've
You've
said
been X-Bone. Finish him. Oh wait,
I mean,
wrong game.
I remember when the Xbox One was first announced, I was actually a big proponent of it for the fact it was going to go down the same DRM path as like Steam, where everything that you can purchase for the console is actually available as a digital download online. Okay, I like that idea. Sadly, they reversed that, but that's neither here nor there right now. This is a giant,
Step
fu
backward?
to gamers who actually enjoy having the physical copy. Me, I'm gonna download stuff anyways. It's having a physical copy is, with the exception of anime and manga because it makes a good background. It doesn't make much difference to me one way or the other. Michael, do you feel the same way, or are you one of the people who actually
Oftentimes, I prefer. I mean, anymore, it's becoming a moot point.
Mm-hmm.
Except in some special editions, like I'll order physical special editions of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like Metal Gear Solid 4, I ordered special edition because it came with some really cool shit.
Mm-hmm.
SWOTOR, when it first came out, I bought the special edition that came with the Darth Malgus statue.
Mm-hmm.
Every Warcraft I get, you get this collector's edition.
Sure.
So I like having the physical copies for the perks.
Mm-hmm.
But for an actual game, it depends on the game. Anytime Steam has a sale, I will attempt to ravage the heck out of it if I have the funds. But the thing is, you were promoting the X-Bone for that, and yes, I'm going to just latch onto that term.
Dude, go for it. Everyone else has. It's absolutely hilarious. Even Microsoft is somewhat supporting it for the fact that they actually got the URL xbone.com.
So someone else needs to go buy xboned.com.
I'm sure it's well.
So that people can post their gripes about the Xbox One when they inevitably hit. I'm leaning more towards the PS4.
Damn, it's already taken.
I think the Xbox 4, or not the Xbox 4, the PS4 is going to be a better machine. I think it's going to have more support and structure behind it. I'm not thrilled about the lack of backwards compatibility on either system. But if I had to pick between the Xbox One or the PS4, I'm going PS4.
Yeah, same here. I mean, eventually, and we're talking years down the road, I'll probably get an Xbox One.
You've seen how long it took me to get an Xbox 360.
True. I mean,
and that was just because it was a birthday present from my dad.
Very true.
I mean, or was it Christmas?
It's been a while.
It's been a while. But I mean, I've had mine for less than a year.
Yeah.
Because it was given to me because I didn't go out and buy one. I contemplated it once or twice, and Nikki had a conniption over it, but because she hates Microsoft, and I don't really blame her.
Yeah, and the thing is, I'm kind of the same way. When the Xbox 360 first came out, I was actually still working at GameStop, so of course I picked that one up, and I was playing that, and promoting that more than the PS3. And then through a really good deal, I picked up a PS3, and ever since then, the Xbox 360 has just been sitting there.
Yes, I remember engineering that deal.
Yes, and I look at the whole situation, I'm going, right now my PS3 is used every single day, if not for games, but for streaming, but it's used constantly.
Well, it's also the best Blu-ray player out there, in my opinion.
It really is.
Because it's constantly updated.
The Xbox 360 hasn't been turned on since Halo 4 came out, so...
That, one of these days I'm going to finish taking an arrow to the knee and finish Skyrim. Speaking of which, oh my god. Mm-hmm. There's a website, I don't remember what it's called. I want to call it assaultingthecastle.com or something. Let me see if she actually sent me the link. Related loosely.
Okay.
It's a guy who's got a whole bunch of tutorials and stuff on his website.
All right.
Oh yeah, stormthecastle.com.
Okay.
This guy's got a whole bunch of various tutorials on how to do a lot of really cool stuff. I'll send you the link here in chat. Hang on. Ba-ding. And some of it's cool. Some of it's kind of cheesy looking, but it's still very cool. And he covers everything from making a knife to making your own cloud sword out of cardboard and tinfoil. He's got a subsection labeled Skyrim projects, including how to make an arrow to the knee. And it shows a picture of him standing wearing jeans with an arrow. It looks like he's got an arrow going through his knee, and he's like, ah! So, I mean, if you want little fun things to do for Halloween, check this site out. This site's pretty epic.
Very cool.
Sorry, that was just a
No,
random tangent, but
that's
it just
perfectly
brought it to
fine.
mind when Skyrim.
Trust me, that was more entertaining than what Microsoft is doing with the Killer Instinct. So.
I'm Bill, you need to come back. You need to shackle your people. You know,
But we
smack
no
them around a
longer,
little bit. Who's taking Bomber's place, by the way?
Yeah, it's like we no longer had Mr. Developers.
Developers. I wanted him to say it 37 times. He had to go with 32. And, the who's taking his place?
No idea.
Have they announced yet?
Nope. if Bill Gates ever came back, they would try to call it like the second coming of the Messiah.
Practically, I mean, the only thing that would be more important would be, Jobs to rise from the dead and come back to Apple. I gave you a good company and you fucked it up. It's
the
you had
problem
one
is
job.
you can always get the joke of Bill Gates coming back and going, "Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the future, the Zune 2.3," and Microsoft tanks. All right, what should we wrap up with?
Number 26, because it's a public service announcement.
Okay.
For crying out loud.
So, if you use any of Google's services, this includes YouTube, this includes Google Plus, the few of you who do,
Gmail even.
Yeah, Gmail. Google has been known to every once in a while update their terms of service. Usually, when any major corporation that has a bunch of information changes the terms of service, you should
look at the key points.
Look at it, or you can do what everybody who has an iOS device does, which is clicks accept and says Steve Jobs is my Lord and Savior. But here's the thing though with this latest update. So the new agreement that was released just a couple days ago.
Mm-hmm.
There's a thing called shared endorsements that if you do not opt out, which you can with a couple clicks of your mouse, it's very simple. If you do not do so, within the next couple months, on your favorite websites, you can always find a couple Google banners here and there. It has links to websites or...
that's where Google makes all their money.
Advertising. It's all advertising. So if you see like an ad for like a Nexus 7 on the side of your screen, you may start seeing people's faces, their name, and a quick excerpt of their review or their thoughts about something.
If they commented on it.
If they comment on
controls.
To be shown on these ads. And if someone clicks on it, Google gets the ad revenue. You don't get a piece whatsoever. They're basically, I look at it as, because you're using their services for free, this is how they're justifying it. You're using our services for free, therefore you're agreeing to us using your name and your information for our own purposes. For those of you who do not want this to happen, you can easily just go to any Google account that you have, click the settings, look for the opt-out section, and you can get out and just
let's put it this way, clicks. within what, 40 seconds of me finding out about this, I opted out because no. If you want me to endorse something, you better pay my ass.
Now,
unless it's something I genuinely strongly believe in.
Good point. Now, if anybody is under the age of 18, you're automatically opted out by Google, so there's that at least. Now, Does this stop the NSA from getting all information that it already has? No. It
has nothing to do with the NSA.
No.
It's all marketing.
I still find it funny that there are actually some people out there who are completely fine with this. And, everybody has their own opinion on all this situation. One person made it a comment of, if it's a review I gave, and it's especially a bad review for something, and I want to tell people not to buy this project for said reasons, I'm fine with Google spreading my information out. Here's the thing, though.
Google's not going to put the bad ones in because they want people to click on the ads.
Exactly.
No one's going to pop up a 2-star review of a product. That's dumb. That's Google suicide.
Yeah, true. Who's it? Night Star in chat was weird because he just checking his. Apparently, it's already unchecked. He already opted out. Here's the thing, though. If you've opted out of anything similar to these marketing bits in any Google services before, that actually carries. Yeah, it carries over to this.
It does carry over.
It does carry over to this.
Oh well, that's good. That's unexpected actually.
So I'm actually kind of tempted just to opt in, just mine, just to
And then
see
leave a
if,
bad review to see what happens.
and just see if anybody just sees my name pop up online somewhere. Someone grab a screenshot. Hey, Jason, you're on this website. I'll use it for marketing purposes. Jason Pierre, found on CNN, and doesn't.
As seen on CNN.
Hey, if Google's going to use my name and my information, hell, I'm going to take advantage of it as well.
Is there anything in their terms of service that says you can't do that?
I have to double check and see.
If there isn't, go for it.
But we'll find out. This new set of ads doesn't launch until November 11th, so you still have some time to opt out if you guys are interested in doing so. But with all that being said, let's wrap up as we always do. Michael, what have you been watching?
Sewing machine. No. Actually, that's a lot of what I've been doing. SWTOR. It's been all SWTOR for me. I haven't watched a lot of TV. Blacklist, I'm still watching. I'm still enjoying greatly. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was fun. I'm there's a big whole one of my friends on Facebook posted the whole thing about Coulson not possibly being Coulson because of the whole, he doesn't know. He can never know. And they're like, well, what, is he a clone? Is he a what? Da, 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 da. I think that that's lending more and more credence to the idea of Coulson as the Vision. Especially considering, remember when those arguments first started and there was that one really well done render of that somebody had sculpted in, I forget what that tool is. Off the top of my head, I've got it somewhere. In the 3D software of Coulson as the Vision.
Mm-hmm.
That was extremely well done.
It was.
Like prototype for a CG house well done.
That it was. And a lot of
I'm
people...
wondering if it was a plant.
It would not surprise
me. Past Whedon.
Yeah. I would not put it past him. I would not be surprised in the least. It could be a number of bits. It could be the Vision. It could be clone.
Well,
it could be Android.
It fits the storyline with what happened to him.
And see, that's the other thing. Storyline in comic may not be storyline in
and it's not.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. He might just try to pull a freaking M. Night Shyamalan and go, what the twist? Alternate universe.
Yes.
He was pulled from an alternate universe without his knowledge. The alternate universe, he was vacationing in Tahiti for 2 weeks.
Entirely possible, but he remembers being stabbed. So I don't know. I want to see where he's going to go with it. I think he's got, but yeah, it's. So I've been watching S.H.I.E.L.D. to go back to topic. I stopped watching Fangasm. I just can't take it anymore.
Thank you. Was there anything redeeming in episode 3?
I didn't watch episode 3.
You dropped the same time I did on episode 2.
After the female after the female person, you have to bleep that one too, aren't you?
Yes.
Did you bleep the other one?
Yes.
Okay. After the crap that what's her name posted, not interested. I'm actually. What's funny is I told Nikki about that, and both of us, our thoughts we're kind of unhappy that we bought tickets already, because I don't really want to support that.
Yeah.
I mean, woman's just making problems, and it just reinforces my statement of last week that had to be bleeped.
Now, unlike other series of recent on Sci-Fi that try to manufacture drama, this is just full of unnecessary drama. So
they're robo nerds. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, you and I have been in the fandom, various fandoms, for many, 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 many years.
Mm-hmm.
Drama llamas everywhere. You and I and a few of our friends are the exceptions. And we are the rare exceptions that we can move past the drama.
Yes. But they're on TV, and therefore they're going to ham it up as much as possible.
I don't think they're hamming it up. Well, okay, except for Chocobo Girl, I don't think they're hamming it up much.
Yeah.
I honestly don't.
But as for going to Kamikaze, I'd like to go to the con because of the con, not because of these.
If you go Saturday.
Yeah, that's the hope.
because that's the day Nikki and I are going to be there.
I'm just going to stay away probably from main stage or any place that has those idiots, or else I may not make it home that day.
We're going for 3 reasons. Lori Petty, Bruce Campbell, and Elvira.
Bruce Campbell.
That's it. Those are the only reasons we're going.
I will go for bronies, cosplay, seeing that Wally again, and making fun of Quidditch.
Is the Wally going to be there?
He was there last year. I would be surprised
I
if
wouldn't
he does
mind
not
seeing
show up.
a full-size Wally. That'd actually be kind of cool.
It was amazingly detailed down just to the color of the rust. It was fully articulated. He even put a sound box in there that actually had several quotes and sounds from the movie.
Nice.
It was amazing.
So what have you been watching?
What have I been watching aside from my typical anime lineup? Oh my god. There are just some series this season that I just...
Makes your brain hurt?
Yes! Okay. I know there are some series out there that pride themselves on fan service.
Oh, God.
But then there are series that kind of take it so far and so unrealistic, which I guess some people enjoy, but me, no. Hell no.
Are we talking like the mega boobs in that one show?
You're talking about... Not Quasar Stigmata. You're talking about Queensblade, right?
No, I'm talking about Quasar.
Oh, Quasar. Okay, yeah, Quasar. Yeah.
The one with where the girl does the whole bungee jumping and she has the Titanatatas and bounces off.
Yeah, this one gets a little more ridiculous than that. The specific series I'm talking about, the translated title is I Couldn't Become a Hero, so I reluctantly decided to get a job. And it is...
What?
Pathetic. It is seriously... I can't even enjoy the storyline because technically there isn't. And I think my biggest problem about it was not the fact that they focus so much on the fan service, which is a problem in itself, but the how they animate everything. I haven't seen Jello jiggle this much in forever. That, and you know how like in anime girls when they blush they have, you know, little blush lines on
red
cheeks
bits,
and whatnot.
yeah.
They have them here, and it's like, what, are snipers aiming at them or something? Yeah. So
Their boobs blush? Is that what you're saying?
yes, all the time. I'm sorry. Some people really enjoy fan service. I enjoy a deal of fan service, just not that much. And why was I forcing myself to watch this? Because I watched everything else. It was 2 o'clock in the morning, and I was still uploading the OS for my new HTPC on my computer.
And you're a masochist.
Yeah. It's one of those that, like, everything else is watched. What the hell?
Speaking of which, on the new computer, did you put Linux or Windows?
It's Win 7.
Okay.
That's the other thing that I had laying about here. I had a legit copy with the legit key of Windows 7 unused. Makes me wonder what else I'm going to find in my room.
Makes me hate you because I needed a copy of Win 7 legit.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And now you done ruined it.
My bad. But yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that. There are some really good series out there. A couple that I think you and Nikki will enjoy. We can talk after the show is over.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that one is just... Why? Okay, enough of me ranting. I think that's going to be it for this episode. You got anything else to add, Michael?
No, not that I can think of.
I think we covered a good amount of stuff. I want to thank you guys so much for... Yes?
I need to plan ahead of time. I will not be here on November 3rd.
Okay. So in
My
3
son's
weeks'
getting
time.
married that day.
Wait, who's getting married?
Michael?
Really?
Yes, my offspring is getting married.
Oh, Michael's going to have grandkids.
Well, right now they'll be step grandkids, but because she's already got a couple.
Well, there you go. Now be the grandparent that all parents hate and just spoil the crap out of them and hand them back to them crying.
Like I have that kind of money.
No, you get them hooked on anime and hentai and whatnot, and then they go back and say, Mommy, Daddy, I want this.
I suspect that they've already done that.
Okay, damn it.
This is my kid we're talking about.
This is true. He breathes fire, for God's sake.
Among other things, yes.
This is true, yes. Okay, so in 3 weeks' time, Michael will not be joining us.
Correct.
Who can I replace Michael with?
Nikki will probably be available.
We will find out and let you guys know in the future.
Yes.
But just wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight. Remember, every single Sunday at 5 p.m. we are here. Also, stay tuned for post-show. I have a few Moments of Zen videos lined up that I think you guys will enjoy. And From My Mother's Basement, I'm Jason.
And I am Michael.
And we'll see you guys next week. Take it easy, everybody.